Say yes every day to the world and to your heart. Open up your eyes and let your spirit start. Say yes to the dreams you hold inside. Let your soul be your guide.
Thank you for joining us today for another episode of Wednesday Wisdom. Today, we are joined by the fabulous Laura Lasher. She is the founder of Worthy Performance Group. Laura, thank you so much for joining us. We can't wait to learn more about you and the little bit pieces of your wisdom. And we'd like to start off everyone with the same question. You know, we learn so many lessons. We learn lessons from when we're growing up. We learn lessons as we're raising our families, as we're doing our jobs. We listen to so many things. But, sometimes certain pieces of advice kind of sit with us and stay with us because they're so impactful. Laura, I would love to kick us off with what is a piece of advice that you felt that way and why has it been impactful?
Yeah, thank you, Laura. It's always fun talking to another Laura
I know.
or Chief there. So I think it's from work ethic and growing up over the years of being responsible. And when you take that work ethic into the industries, I've been in mortgage and in real estate for over 40 years, and you share that with your ideals and what you do for people, they can see that in how you treat them. When you work with so many people and their passions, you put them first. It will come back to you if you just take care of people like you would want to be taken care of. Just do your best every day. Get out there and do your best.
I love that. I love that. And, I always say, my father was in the Navy and he would always tell us, kind of drilled into us that if you're going to do something, do it to the highest level and serve to the highest level, because that's what we do, right? We serve in our lives. That's if we go out serving, it wraps back around to us, right? And that work ethic, that's kind of our badge that we wear, that we're going out where we're saying, I'm not just going to get through doing something. I'm going to do it to the highest level. I'm going to do it to, like you said, the way I would expect to be treated if I was on the other side of that, right? I love that. Now, Laura, Worthy Performance Group, tell us about that. What is that? What do you do? How did you start that? What are you offering? Give us, tell us all about that.
Well, after being on the front lines, boots on the ground in real estate and in mortgage, you find the passions of people and how important home ownership is, and the people that work in the industry. So Worthy Performance Group is a group of coaches, myself, our daughter's involved in it, and others, of helping people in the industry elevate and do their best. How can we close gaps? How can we serve a better raving fan delivery to clients? It's about client experience. No matter what you're doing, no matter who you're working with, no matter what field you're in, we all have clients, whether your client might even be your employees or your coworkers, your partners. It's a client experience. And to get those repeat clients to come back, or to get your team to understand you got their back, you have to deliver the best customer experience. And to find out if you are, you got to ask your customers.
Yeah.
You got to be vulnerable.
It's funny. I have spent a lot of time in the industry and the wholesale space, meaning brokers and correspondent lenders were my clients. And I've always said that I almost couldn't take credit for growing a successful company because it was my clients that told me what I needed to do. If something wasn't done properly, like meaning the system wasn't smooth or we messed up on something, if you just listened to the feedback those clients give you, they tell you all the answers of what you need to do to have a successful company. And luckily, I always listen to them. If someone said, you're the only company that does this, guess what? Well, please tell me, what is everyone else doing? Let me understand what those other people are doing and why they're doing it. And then I will tell you 100% of the time, they were right. Every single time I thought, oh, well, you have to do this because of whatever reason, they were correct. They were 100% correct. But to your point, Laura, so many times we don't listen or we don't ask. We're afraid to ask what can I do better? Because whether it's our egos or whether it's just we think we know the answers, but you're correct, Laura. They will give you the answers. Your team members will tell you if you're doing something right when you're building your company. Your clients will tell you if you're doing something right or not at your company. So let's go a little deeper into that, right? So what are some recommendations of what you could do with those clients to be able to use that to help yourself grow your business?
Well, we have some tools that we use that are growth minded, kindness minded activities, proactive. Find out everything you can to be ahead of the game versus waiting for that call of something went wrong.
Yeah.
Communication is, you can't over communicate. And if you can explain that to your clients up front, this may be a call you don't need me to make, but I'm going to make it and I'm going to touch base with you. And these are the paths we're going to go down. You set all those expectations very early on, and not everyone can do it every time. That's why you need to bring in your team to help you set up the systems. Find the gaps, close them quickly, communicate, and let people know you want them to come back to you. I have clients I worked with 40 years ago that will reach out. I have clients from 20 years ago that will reach out for questions still that they may have about finance or mortgage or who to go to. So you have to build that up. You have to gain their trust. That's a big piece. And what you say you're going to do, you got to do it and excel.
That's correct.
Because everybody delivers closings.
And if you don't deliver, it's actually funny. It made me think of something that I was at a speaking event for a very large conference in the summer. And I was coming out of where I just got off stage, and I was coming out, and somebody came running up to me, and he's like, Laura, I haven't seen you in years. How are you? And I got to be honest, I did not remember who the person was, right? And I'm just kind of, hey, how are you, right? And he said, Laura, I haven't actually seen you in like 7 years. So that's why I didn't remember him. And he goes, but I'll never forget you. And I said, why is that? And he was with his wife. He was introducing me to his wife. And I said, why don't you forget me? And he said, because you're the only president and owner of a lender that ever called to tell me, I'm so sorry that this happened on this particular family we were helping. This is what we're doing in the future to prevent it to ever happening, and actually doing something to make up for whatever the error was. That now I didn't remember that. I completely did not, but that was normal for me if something like that happened. But yeah. Laura, he remembered it. And he not only remembered it, he told other people that's the lender you want to do business with because of it. So to your point, and guys, I hope everybody that's out there listening right now, take note of what Laura said. A couple of things to recap. You can never over communicate. Never. Never, never, never. Don't ever make an assumption of, that's a little thing. I don't need to. No, you're wrong. You can never over communicate. Number 2, to recap again, your clients, your team members, your referral partners, they will give you the answers to the test, so to speak. They will tell you how to grow your business. They will show you where the gaps are. They will provide that feedback. You have to be open to pay attention to it, to listen to it, to act on it, have an execution plan on it, and working with a team like Laura's team to be able to have you identify those gaps, come up with a strategy of execution, and be able to fill it. These are basic foundational business growth strategies that sometimes we don't take the time to pay attention. And we all have the ability to do it. It's just sometimes you use the word proactive, sometimes we're being so reactive that we miss those proactive opportunities. And that's another very important word. So, Laura, when you start working with a client, what's like the first thing that you do? Like, how do you get started with them so that you know what to focus on?
So we analyze what they do now, kind of their process, what their system is, because until we know what they're doing now. And then if they have a team, we talk with the team also, because then we know separately, then we know, how the team feels. And if the team is standing up with them and standing beside them, are they creating those raving fans? Is everyone on the team clarify the message and say the same things? And are they all on board? That is tremendous if you can get everyone to say the same things, to be this just an echo of the leader, because it strengthens everyone, not to just give credit to the leader, but it strengthens everyone.
I'm literally writing down echo the message because I love that statement. Because like I think if you look at any very successful brand, any highly successful brand, they do that. Like no matter who picks up the phone, no matter who you get an email from, no matter who at any moment you get a response, it's consistent. It's the same messaging, the same process. Everyone understands after step one, step two happens. After step two is step three. Not if you call Betty, it goes from step one to step three. And if you call Bob, it's step three to step seven. No, no, no. Everybody has to go one to two, two to three, and it has to be that consistency. So, Laura, I love that you had said that because so many of these things, again, sure, all make sense, but yet most of the time we're looking at it maybe at one level, but not consistently through the entire organization. It's not everyone saying it the same way or everyone following the same steps in that process. I love that. I love that. So you pull it apart, you kind of identify, you analyze, you gather, you make your recommendations, and then I would assume then implementation, like to kind of help them. Okay.
Yes,
how does that
absolutely.
work?
So you coach them along, you kind of go side by side with them. You have them explain their wins for the week. And where do they see their gaps? Where do they see that they can improve? They'll pretty much tell you, just like you had with your accounts. People will pretty much tell you. It just stands them up. It says, you're better than this. You can do better than this. There's enough leads out there for people. There's enough business. Don't let those pieces go by slipping, because people, they know how, like your client, they know how you made them feel. And that's so important to people. If you can't take care of them, they're not going to refer to you. Besides that, as they feel good, guess what you have to do? You got to ask them for the referrals along the way. How are we doing for you? This is how I'm in business. We want to work with people just like you. And so you explain your ideal customers to them and ask them for the business. If you've earned it, it's an easy ask. If you haven't earned it, how can I earn your referrals? So it's just a spin of the words. But if you don't ask, you're not going to get it, because there's some good stats out there about referrals. And like 20% may refer you all the time because they just love you. 20% may never refer you. That leaves a gap of 60%, but you got to ask for that.
Yeah. I know if I was going to say what's one of the biggest gaps I've seen in our industry as a whole is not asking for reviews and not asking for referrals. You are so spot on. And if you go into the psychology of that, right? And I'll include myself. I'll include myself into this of a lesson myself. When I was growing my company, I almost felt like, well, if I ask for the business, I look like maybe I don't have enough business. Like I'm not successful because I'm asking for business. People, everyone out there listening, completely wrong. Because obviously that's a huge mistake because Laura said it. We know people want to do business with people they know, like, and trust. We all know this, right? So if Laura and I, the two Lauras here, two Lauras here are getting along and we enjoy each other's company, why would we not want to continue to have additional conversations? And hey, those conversations could be part of us doing business together. That's a wonderful thing, right? So why would I go out and knock on the door of the stranger that I have no idea if we have a good connection here, instead of, hey, we're getting along, we're on the same page, we think alike. Let's keep doing business together. Let's continue to grow. So for everyone out there, if that connection is right, you guys, you're vibing, that you're getting along, you're like, hey, I love how you do business. Oh, I love how you do business. Let's grow this business together. Let's bring, to your point, you said, ask for who's a great referral. Well, listen, I take care of veterans. I take care of first-time home buyers. I'm an expert in this particular bond program, right? Like I can help these whatever. I'm just giving examples, right? Tell them, because they don't know. And people want to help other people. We're human beings that have feelings and emotion. We want to feel good when we say, hey, Laura, I've got somebody for you. You feel good about doing that, right? So ask for the business and ask for the reviews. Guys, we know we live in a digital world. We know that when someone is thinking about, even Laura and I met through a referral from someone that we know each other from a digital relationship, not a we go to dinner every night relationship, right? Not a physical or together all the time. But what happens when you meet someone digitally? You look them up. You look on their LinkedIn. You check out their website. You see what the reviews say about the business that they've done. That's our calling card right now. So make sure we ask for those reviews, because that is what people are going to look for. They're going to look at your social media. They're going to look at your website. They're going to look at those reviews. And if you've got all these 5-star reviews, man, that just makes it easier for people to refer you. I love it. So Laura, how do people learn more about you and about Worthy Performance Group so that they can reach out and find out more?
Just go to our website, worthyperformancegroup.com. There's an info, ask questions or put your name in, or you can call me. I prefer to just have you drop in on the website, or you can email me. It's all in the website, Laura.
Love it. Awesome. Well, Laura, thank you so much for spending time with us, for sharing all these valuable pieces of tips and information on growing our businesses, and keep shining brightly.
You too. Thank you, Laura.